Hello, YouTube. This is Moan, and I almost said Bobble Flopsters, because I've been doing that so frequently now.
I have no name.
It's been a while since we've done one of these.
At least 10 minutes.
We missed 1 week. Actually, no, what day is today? It's today, 2 weeks.
420.
So we missed 2 weeks. Damn it! I was just gonna let it like awkwardly sit there and just not address it.
Nope, I was gonna do it.
Hate you.
So, we're taking a look at the anime Made in Abyss.
Mm-hmm. It's
today.
pretty popular. It got a lot of love. I think it actually got Anime of the Year this year in the Anime Awards.
No, season 2 of Boku no Hero, I believe.
I think Made in Abyss definitely won something.
I think it won Best Art.
Or maybe Best
Story
Audio or something like that. It definitely won something.
I'll look it up. We're in the age of information.
I'm mixed on Made in Abyss for our spoiler-free portion. It's really well drawn, and it's really got a cool premise, and I like the characters, except for the main character.
I was going to say, I do not like most of the characters. Well, no, that's
the supporting
the main
cast.
two. Yeah,
I honestly like the main second. The Robo Boy.
Reg and Rico. I don't like either
Reg.
of them.
I like Reg.
Reg.
I do not like the main girl, though. She is a borderline incompetent, if
Yeah,
not
well,
fully.
yeah,
But every time they introduce a side character,
the side characters
so
are
well
top-notch.
done.
Yeah, it feels like you should be watching a different anime.
I think the way
You should be watching the story from a different perspective.
yeah, I really hold that this is an anime where it's like someone had a game design that they couldn't make into a game, so they made an anime because they could get that
is
past.
what it feels like.
It's a really well done, and I'd love to play this game. It's got like designed levels, increasing difficulty.
Yep, one anime of the year.
Anime of the year. See, told you. I don't think it deserved that. I think it was good, but not that good.
Yeah, because there are parts I love, but there's a lot of parts I really hated.
There's so many characters that I love. There's some of my favorite characters in anime, period, and none of them are the main characters.
Yeah, it feels like if we picked any two other characters introduced in the show, it would be a more interesting show.
Like, I'd love to see the story of the main character's mother.
Yeah,
that
the main
sounds way
character's
more
mom.
interesting.
Or even
The ox? I can't remember her name. I always forget.
Ozen.
Love Ozen.
The
One
mom
of
and
my
Ozen.
favorite characters ever.
Mom and Ozen were good. I would love to see that. And then the teacher, who was the mom's apprentice.
It'd be great to see it from his perspective.
Hell, even the two they run into in the abyss.
Or one of the main, the two in the abyss would have been good too.
Nanachi, and whatever the other one was.
Yeah.
And even the bad guy, Bondrude.
Yeah. You're so much better with names than me. Terrible names. There's also the current best hero in town. He's real stocky built, and he goes and catches him right before.
Oh, the uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His story sounds like it'd be more interesting than theirs. Like they are literally the least interesting story in the whole show. And it's frustrating because everything around them is phenomenal. They're literally the worst part. Everything else is phenomenal. I
some of the other topics, like there's a lot of gore, which I don't like. There's a lot of
I like gore.
Violation of the kids.
That I'm not so cool with. Especially when it's not for a good reason, which is frustrating. It's always like, or you'll get the whip again.
Yeah, torture. I mean, there's a whole conversation on anal probing. So stuff like that takes me out of a show. Like, nope.
It feels kind of stuck in there and not out of place. Like the way that they handled Nanachi and their like horror side of the things.
Yep.
That felt totally correctly placed and reasonable.
It fit with the universe.
Fit with the tone.
Yeah.
It wasn't like happy-go-lucky or you'll get the whip again. Like just out of the blue, more some child mutilation.
Peeing the pants and
yeah.
Scatological humor. I hate scatological humor,
especially with children. Like it's not appropriate. That's it.
And there's the anime issue of trying to drag out sexual tension between two clearly underage.
Yeah, two children, one of which isn't even human. Like
not completely, at least.
Yeah. There was way too much talk about his unit.
Yes.
That was completely inappropriate and not necessary. It didn't add anything.
But
except to show that they had no sense of sexuality, which they then completely disregard by constantly interjecting sexual tension.
The world is cool. The art is really cool.
You do notice that all of your complaints right there were still about the main two characters?
Yes. Well, at least related to them, because,
Yes.
I mean, Ozen goes in for child torture, too. So...
A little different, though. Oh, no,
No.
he does with her, yeah. We're getting dangerously close to spoilers. Do we want to just jump into spoilers? I don't know if we're going to have much for spoilers.
I'll have a bit. I mean, I don't know if it counts much. Well, we can jump in.
Okay, so... final verdict, I'm not going to give this like a 10 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10 best anime of the year. I'm thinking this is above average, maybe a 7, maybe an 8. Conservatively, I'd give it an 8, if I'm being a little generous.
I wouldn't go that high, because I almost didn't finish it, because it was bugging me. I would say... I'll go 6.5, because I don't want it to... Cause it's not terrible.
Yeah,
But
I don't
it's
want to give that impression.
Not something I think I would recommend to most people.
I definitely want to see the second season. I feel it ended a really bad place.
I don't know that I will.
I kind of want to read the anime, or manga. Read the anime. Read the manga to catch
We're
up.
all reading anime.
Yeah, true enough. We
Subtitles.
don't speak Spanish, so we can't.
Okay.
Okay. I did that actually with One Punch Man. I just wanted more of it so badly. I went and read the manga. Suddenly itchy. Like, screw you, YouTube. Make me itchy.
So, yeah, we'll move into spoilers now. Karate Chop mid-air
Karate Chop,
action.
we give it a 7. I'm changing it down to a 7. A 7 and a 6 out of 10. I just can't justify an 8.
I'll give it 6.5. And I don't feel comfortable with that. An uncomfortable 6.5. We'll put it that way.
Not sure what that means, but you heard it here first.
So,
I give it a comfortable 7. Just wiggle into that 7.
One of the things that kills a lot of the show's tension is having the main character be so stupid and live through everything she does.
Yeah, it's
Almost no no repercussions or anything.
Yeah. It's one of the things I find to be one of the greatest sins in filmmaking, and one of my biggest complaints about the Last Jedi is when your tension is created through poor screenwriting. It breaks the tension for me, which was my big complaint about A Silent Place.
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place.
I'm not going to see it, but he
Yeah.
It's
I'm going to give that on our other channel, my other channel.
We did. Yeah, because she disobeys all advice and instructions from everyone ever. She even gets injured, essentially, what should be fatally, with the spice. The whole ascending to the next level of the abyss and bleeding from every orifice should be a fatal wound. Like, in reality, that's fatal. You can't bleed out of every orifice and then be okay a couple days later. Because even out of her eyes, and that's a whole lot of damage to the system.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily not make sense, because changes in pressure, air pressure, I could see causing that kind of injury on someone. But the problem is she gets up and walks away from so much of the stuff.
Yeah. I also didn't really like their explanation for why it hurts them. It felt...
Oh, the abyss sickness or whatever?
Yeah, I think I almost would have been happier with it just not explained, honestly. It felt so weakly explained that I didn't feel it added much.
Well, it's all part of the world building, which I was okay with, because
They do a ton of world building really well.
They build the world great. The problem is the people we're following are so dumb. I don't like Reg because he is there to be the ex machina for everything.
Yeah, he just solves everything. Although they do a good job of kind of putting him in his place by Ozen.
With the...
giving him a good explanation of like, hey, you are very limited, there's restrictions, and you need to be aware of what the ramifications of your actions are, or you will let her die.
And And Rico just doesn't care.
Yeah, she's still so incompetent. It's hard for him to keep up with her.
Either,
They
"All right,
weakened the
I'm going
ex
to
machina.
pass out. I'm not going to be able to help you. Stay here. Don't move. Or I could just do whatever the hell I want anyway.
I'm hungry, so screw the rules. I'm gonna go find food.
That entire episode of her wandering by herself, carrying him on her back,
So
made me
frustrating.
mad. The monsters are all significant, satisfyingly terrifying.
Yeah.
They're-
Yeah, they get just more and more terrifying. There was something I was going to complain about. I really do hope for a second season. I'd like to... So...
They're getting 2 movies?
Okay. So, one of the things that could really redeem this
2
for me,
compilation films.
in my mind, is they are children. So, them being incompetent is plausible to me.
Oh, it's perfectly plausible that they're stupid. The problem is, it's not plausible that they get away with so much. That, for me.
The way I could see this being redeemed is if there's a second season and they mature. You see that progression, and the reasons they're so incompetent now is so that you can see them grasping their mistakes and becoming better people. So far, I haven't seen that, and that's what's been especially frustrating. When you're so repeatedly and recurringly making dumb decisions and having serious ramifications and barely getting out by the skin of your teeth, I struggle to see how you keep making the stupid mistakes and just like no sense of learning. That's one of the big things I like about if you ever get around to it, No Hero Academia. It really shows that like hero's journey of a kid becoming a hero.
Okay.
Does it really well. Like stupid to smart and learning to.
Then
That could really redeem it for me. If the characters became characters I care about, that would make this part better.
it would be so cool as a Dark Souls style video game, honestly.
Oh my god, it'd be an amazing game. It is an amazing world for a game. I want to play that game. Anything else, or?
Nope. I mean, we covered it. I got all my complaints, all my likes out there. And I mean, they've got some very good emotional stories that are just a minority of the show.
The amount of effort and depth they put into their side characters continuously impresses me.
If only they did that with the main characters.
Yeah, like, I mean, I know so much about Ozen's motivation, how she feels about things, her behaviors, and her history. I literally feel far more connected and far more like I understand Ozen than either Reg or I can't even remember her name. Rico. The same thing goes for Nanachi. I understand where he came from, what his motivations are, his ethics, and her. Sorry. Wait, is she the
bunny?
Okay, that's a her.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
same with the assistant boss or whatever his name is, the one who supervisors,
the uncle or whatever.
No, the supervisor,
the
teacher,
the apprentice, whatever.
Apprentice, yeah.
Yep.
So many of the well-developed side characters.
And another big problem I had is I don't know how much if they're going to come back at all because
I think the answer is no. At least that's the impression it gives.
Because they're going further and further, and the other people's stories are less relevant now. So.
Yeah, it's a good point. They're really leaving those people behind.
Yeah.
They could theoretically keep coming, but
it would be weird, especially considering the way they explain Abyss sickness or whatever. We may never see Ozen again, except in side cuts to something else.
Yeah. Which is really depressing. Okay. Any words of wisdoms for our viewers?
No.